Okay, special thanks to my fellow panelists who have greatly shared their perspectives on the future of CFA education and qualification as well as, career. So my session today is expected to be short. In the next 15 or 20 minutes, I'm going to talk about how future-ready finance leadership and career insights mean for potential CFA charter holders. Yeah. So as part of the 10-year anniversary that CFA Society has been in existence, we encourage you to hear out the special career road mapping journey planning tool for you to use. Plus, we're going to select out of the pool of people who, prepared their career planning, which is just answering questions, within instantaneously, you get a 30-page report, right? So out of that pool, we're going to select about 50 people to go through what you call a Management Associate AI program, MAIP, right? So we're going to select 50 people sponsored under special scholarship for them to go through special projects. What is lacking is not programming. What is lacking is not qualification. What is lacking, I see, amongst all of you, right, it's not all this technical knowledge alone. What do you need? Portfolio, experience, how your knowledge turn into practical application. So the MAIP program, right, MAIP, Management Associate AI program, a bit mouthful, MAIP, expose you to Special Economic Zone project, to Family Office Equity Investment project using AI, right? To expose you to capital markets, to expose you to consultancy or GLC and SME transformation program for up to 50,000 SMEs, right? Using AI, right? So this is the kind of opportunities that we present to you, which do not exist during my time. Take up the opportunity. It's a sponsored under special scholarship that allows you to see whatever questions you pose there. Oh, I want to get high salary. I want to have the best employer. I want to have the best opportunities. All that can be done if you have the portfolio. You have the paper, no portfolio, no track record. How to win? How to achieve your goals, right? So I think it's very important. The question that I want to ask everybody now is, can you survive the tidal of AI, the wave of AI? The danger is not CFA versus ACCA versus CPA versus MBA. It's not that. The challenge now is CFA versus AI. And how do you put AI as a weapon, right, around your CFA qualification? Many things have happened, and I tell you why. Let me take a step back where I'm coming from, okay? So I started my career in the asset management, fund management group, right, called City Group Asset Management. It's got SSB City, it's got City Group Assessment. It went through a lot of M&A during my time. After I graduated from Australia, in the peak of the crisis, right, Asian crisis of 97, 98, then 99 I came back to Singapore. I worked in this regional group, City Group Asset Management. Then I joined Prudential Asset Management, then I joined Fitch Ratings, and I started doing consulting work. So when I first joined Citigroup, after the crisis, or right after the crisis, right, at the peak, and then, it sort of like recover. Well, I thought my education, my degree is enough. And I thought my CFA peers, right, would be enough. Right? We thought the journey for any qualification and degree is there, is finished. It's not, right? Never assume that CFA is everything, MBA is everything, PhD is everything, nothing. You have to continuously build it up. Okay, it's the starting, it's not the ending, that's the problem. So when I got into the asset management, there's no such thing as a degree in asset management, right? CFA teaches you, but I was too young to take on CFA at that time. I felt that I was a bit inexperienced. I was a performance analyst, right? And I was the fund management team in a fixed income. So I was reading Frank Fabozzi book, like every other day, And I hid in the toilet. I hid in the toilet literally during lunch break. Because all the genius around me, the 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds are so brilliant. I'm only 22, 23, right? At the time. Say, how on earth Kelvin Ong decides which equity underweight, overweight? Hey, how come Prakash did this, that? How come the Hong Kong people think so fast? Human brain, so fast, 35 hot shots. AVP, wow, driving Porsche, right? So I was like fascinated. Wow, I'm a 22, 23, they are 34, 35, and they are managing portfolio of funds. How to be like them? Wow, they are 10 years ahead of me. I'm only like so young. That's physically impossible for me to accelerate my age, right? By law of nature, right? So what happens? I took on AI lah. At that time, 1999. I built that time, we used data, DBase 3, DBase 4, we start putting binary codes, you know. So I presented to my boss, I presented to my boss, Australian boss, Paul Pugilis. I said, boss, I did an AI, punch in the number, right, in 99. Punch in the number, it come out the credit score and reports and everything. My boss said, Nazri, in his Australian accent, Nazri, if you implement this, you know, you'll be out of job, right? You know, in 1999. I said, I thought I could save productivity. I thought I could help the bank. But no, if I was to implement that, you know, I will be off the job. And that was my first job, right? So I was very depressed, you know. I said, how? I want to play for the bank. I want to contribute. So excited, right? Alamak, if I do this, I'll be out of job. In 1999, yeah? So the question then lies is, but I need to build up my knowledge. So I was analyzing equity, performance of equity fund managers. Then I was shifted to the investment team, did a fixed income again. So I used the tool for my own internal use. I finished the work in 2-3 hours. Press a button, the Citi Global, Citi Reksadana Fund, we know how to allocate funds already. Right? So it became apparent that for me to catch up to my 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, right? All the CFAs and all that, I need to do something better. I need to be faster, but I don't have the experience. I don't have the portfolio. Right? I did everything to learn about AI at that time. Right? There's no such thing as ChatGPT at that time, right? So we have to build our own codes. But fast forward now, everything is all easily coded, right? So the idea is, you ask yourself this, yeah? Can you do a comprehensive business valuation of companies in 3 days? I give you 5 companies, right? 5 companies, each about 80 pages long. Can you do a valuation in 3 days or not? As a CFA, as an MBA, as a professor, as a whatever. As a 25-year-old, you can. At the center of AI innovation, we do this for clients all the time. Valuation leh. You know what's valuation, right? Valuation of public as well as private companies. Based on PE method, based on revenue multiple method, based on DCF method, 80-page competitive, SWOT, industry analysis, sovereign analysis, right? Discount rate computation. 3 days, 5 companies, right? PwC, Big Four, charges between 80,000 to 250,000 ringgit to do one valuation. Okay? CFA, MBA, doesn't matter, right? A mid-size like Grant Thornton, right, would charge between 50 to 80K using manual method. How long does it take to do? 2 months, 3 months, site visit, this and that, interview questions, focus group. This is full detail. This has been done, transacted, and this is what we do, right? And can you review? If I give you 5,000 financial statements, 5,000 balance sheets, can you analyze 5,000 companies under 3 days also? In Spanish, this is what we did for BBVA, the second largest bank in Spain, right? 3 days. You try to do GPT lah, upload one by one, and cannot, right? So there's different degrees of AI. There's a different degrees of GPT. You know, just like martial arts, right? Taekwondo, right? There's a black belt, there's a green belt, there's a blue belt, there's a yellow belt, correct? So you cannot think that GPT is my savior of everything. Cannot. GPT as of now, from end user, is just yellow belt, very entry level one. No matter how fantastic you think, I can do image, I can upload, I can calculate Sharpe ratio, I can do beta analysis and all that. No, still yellow belt. The real belt is you do it at enterprise level, you can do thousands at one go. How do you do that? Enterprise-based solution. So if you're a finance person, if you're an accountant person, if you're a technology person, as questions raised just now, turn it into AI. Learn what is this enterprise AI all about, right? And don't learn coding, programming. Learn the design thinking part of it. Learn the problem solving. Learn the architecture. Right? I say architecture means the solution blueprint, okay? Which find out from the booth later. Okay, we will explain. Same thing, a Hong Kong, a Malaysian family office came to you today, for example, right? Give you, hey, guys, there's about 50 Hong Kong stocks now, all loss-making. Can you advise me how to turn the Hong Kong losing stocks, right, into minimized losses and turn it into black, turn it into profitable in terms of stock performance, right? How do you do that? Can a CFA, can an MBA, can a doctorate do that just like that? Okay, I'm a CFA. Yes, I mentioned to you, you still need the CFA knowledge, right? Because you can validate what's the answers. But don't just plainly use GPT blindly, that's what I'm saying, right? Or DeepSeek or Gemini. But this is the reality. What I'm presenting to you is not fairy tale. What I'm presenting to you is what's happening right now in the market, right? So my point is, put aside the qualification, speed, accuracy, and holistic. 360-degree perspective is key. You don't have this, doesn't matter how many CFAs you have, you can't survive. Because of AI, not because of ACCA, CPA, nothing. Because of AI. AI changes the way you do things. Based on the earlier examples I say, can you do business plan, 100 business plans in 3 days? Can you do, a valuation in 1 day? One valuation, one day, right? Okay, so the challenge now is that you need to be very clear where you're heading, where is the opportunity. Like now there's big talk about sustainability, digital and AI, right? Then we need the CFA to be really finance leaders. You cannot be a follower, you have to be a leader, right? And third part is you must understand that there's non-CFA coming to your sector wherever you are that is very tech-rich, right? They are very tech-focused when they come to you. They don't have the rigor of your CFA, but they can mimic up to 80% of what you do as a CFA. That's a reality. A question asked just now, how many percent? About 80-90%, right? And this is what I meant, okay? What is happening right now is that there's a different degrees of displacement. Displaces means you no longer become relevant in terms of the work task, okay? So you can see from here, right? Okay, analysts, right? The one that highest now is financial reporting analysts, the ACCAs, ironically. You prepare accounting, you prepare this and that, right? This will be severely displaced as the highest risk, right? Risk management analysis, right? Oh, take up risk management qualification, take up cert, this, that cert, that cert, this cert, that cert, that diploma, that degree. Yeah, even if you take that degree, you must know what's happening. AI in risk management, you must know what is that. You take accountancy, you must know what is AI in accountancy. At our booth, your lawyer, AI in legal. Everything has an AI in front or at the back or top or bottom. That's the reality we live in right now. Can you imagine 19 years ago, I'm preaching like this, nobody bothers to listen. Nobody knows how AI can disrupt the world in 19 years ago. I'm like a surfer, right? With a six-pack, then got ocean, but no wave. Just shock sendiri paddle my kayak, my surfing board. That's the world we will live in. Now it's so easy, right? So you must understand where are the points. ESG analysts, quant analysts, right? Investment advisor, all these come under threats, right? Of different category of moderate risk and all that, right? And then this one is in terms of displacement versus creation. That means I take away the old function, I bring in new function. Okay? I take away old function, I bring in new function. Report generation is the one that is most at risk. That means you prepare all your spreadsheets, you prepare all your, ERP system, SAP, right? They come out the report, right? That part will be very automated next time. With analysis. When I say report means with analysis, yeah? So you see all these, even basic financial analysis, 120,000 jobs at risk, right? So many research papers that shows all these things are already happening, especially in the US. 120,000 jobs at risk, 45,000 created, net loss 75K. So very hard to recover. You throw old one, you bring new one, right? So this is a problem. So then in terms of traditional versus AI era, where are the skills needed? Right? So now what we're seeing here is somebody who is good in coding, right? Not excellent, but reasonable, enough to know the basic concept, not expert, not black belt, right? But you know financial, you know finance, then that will be strong, right? And this also shows that where is the demand moving forward, So family office services, fintech, digital assets, right? Traditional asset management will be declining. Okay, according to research by Brookings, Consultants Finder, and other various sources. Okay, so my point is you must know what's the landscape. You cannot be blind. You cannot just take on paper qualifications without knowing what are you going to do with it and what you need to do. Okay, so this is the macro perspective, okay? And then this is where the job displacement versus creation. So there's an inflection point in 2028 where it becomes more obvious which jobs are less needed, which jobs are more needed. Okay? So my advice to you is, okay, I don't know now. I'm full of options, I'm full of ideas. Set up, go to the booth and scan this thing called Career Forge. It will help you plan. You know, we have programmed it back end in such a way that it can identify what? Your 5 areas, future-ready skills that you need, how you, execute yourself operationally in the workplace, your risks, how do you manage uncertainty and building adaptable strategy. So it's not right or wrong, it's not a test. This is to know which of the 5 or Forge you are strongest in. And then get career mentorship from the career gurus, right? And then these are based on, we look at your leadership, we even identify potential companies automatically suited based on your profile, right? Leadership development, how to mentor you, how to develop you, right? And how to come out with a 12 to 24 plan roadmap. How do you plan yourself, the upgrade, the networking and all that? Okay, and what kind of occupational fit analysis? So there's about 10 to 20 finance career path. Is it accounting? Is it finance? Is it equity? Is it family office? Right? So I think these are the things that you need to know. This is how it looks like, right? Sorry, it's a bit faint, but the reports will come out like that on the right. Left is the input form. The engine will start to identify everything and produce the output. It takes 15 minutes to fill up and instantaneously you get a report, right? So if you need more help, go to the booth beside the CFA booth. Okay, then, so these are the benefits for you and how it works for any CFA members or trainees or interested party. You get all these, benefits. Now, then the next question is, okay, I profile myself already. So what? Oh, I go to career booth, right? I get mentorship. I get advice from the career gurus. Then what? Move into action lah. Remember I said about portfolio? Right? 50 of you, okay, will be selected and sponsored, right, to be part of this MAAIP, right? Up to 50 CFA trainees, right, in our 4-week management associate AI program, where you get professional networking, you get skill development, and you see how AI is being applied to how you advise GLC and SME, how you manage investments, and how you are able to advise government on special economic zone. Right? 4 weeks only, and 4 weeks not continuous, you know. It's very digital, it's very meeting, and your job is not to prepare me anything. Your job is to learn, observe, take notes. I don't need people to do the job for me. AI will do the job, but you need to know how AI is being done for this. Good deal, right? Observe, document, see, touch, feel, right? And then you get a testimonial, you get a letter of achievement. And of course, you get all the network and be part of the team when you graduate, right? You can be a good analyst for us on an employment or contract basis. Okay, so my key takeaway is that there must be 5 skills that you need to be in this MAAIP, right? Ethical leadership, technical mastery, client relationship, complex valuation. You will learn how valuation is done using AI and thought leadership. Okay, then moving on quickly. Famous words taken and paraphrased by Jensen Huang, NVIDIA. AI won't take your jobs, but people with AI, with strong AI skills will take your job over your, to best your employer. Always remember this. AI won't displace you, but people with AI will kick you out, okay? So I would like everybody, okay, on a first come, first serve basis, scan this code, okay, to get your career mapping now. Okay, you can apply, you can write about it. During the break, it takes about 10 minutes. If you're a really big thinker, maybe 15. Some of you may finish in 5. Get the report instantaneously. Use the report. Meet with your career mentors. Understand yourself first. It's very, very comprehensive, like 20, 40 pages, depending on your answers. event-based question, no right or wrong, is based on FORGE in terms of inclination for those 5. Okay, so can I move? Everybody got this already, yeah? If not, go to the booth. The other one is join our global AI community. It's free in Telegram and WhatsApp. Okay, you join, you can expand your international network. The people inside this community are not coders, programmers, or techies. They are all CEOs, chairmen, some of them are former ministers from, I think, 10 over countries. Yeah, various. Offline, there's more than 20, but maybe online, there's about 5 to 10 countries. Okay, so there are many opportunities for you as you go along with knowledge, networking, and information. Okay, so with that, I would like to end my talk. Please meet the experts, meet with the career gurus, and more importantly, visit our booth beside the CFA booth for you to learn more. There's AI legal, AI in investment, AI in HR, AI in SEZ, right? What is happening? Why is AI doing all these things, right? So this is important for you to experience and see. But sign up for the career map because that's a starting point. Okay, that's a starting point for you to, starting point for us to determine out of this pool, 50 will be selected for the MAAIP. Okay, it's like attending meetings and preparing for notes. Okay, so with that, thank you. I'll pass over to the MC and Sin. Thank you very much, everybody. Get in touch. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Professor Muhammad Nazri, please. Come on, give him a big hand, everybody. Thank you very much for sharing with us. And, of course,